the thing I love about hockey is the sport itself. I'm an avid Kraken fan, and I get excited this time of year watching them play. This is their 4th season. Dude, how many people here have been to the Kraken Iceplex so in Deutschland? I could have guessed that. It's a wonderful facility. It's 1/3 mall, 1/3 Kraken practice arena, and 1/3 skating rink for adults and children to learn how to skate and play hockey. It's still not as big as it is in cities like Chicago and Detroit, where it gets cold, but it's catching on. Today I want to talk about that 3rd team. Where the Kraken go out on the ice, there's 2 teams. Could be the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs, or any other number of teams. But the 3rd team is the one with the stripes. And of course, the whistle. These are elements of what the refs do. The referee's job, there's 4. There's 2 linesmen and 2 referees. You know the referees because they have the orange or red band on their sleeve, and they are the overall keepers of the game. You want to keep the players safe, follow the rules, etc. I have a little blue line here, and this is what the linesmen did. The linesmen keep track of when people are offside. And that's it. There's, in the hockey arena, if you look at this, these are the goals, these are the face-off circles. If a puck goes out of bounds or a play is stopped and they have to face off, they go in here. And basically, the blue lines that I have here are what the linesmen are watching for to make sure that the player who has the puck goes across this area first before his teammate goes across. And if he doesn't do that, then make a call. And call it out and point to the line. Again, these are the face-off circles. So we centralized where the main face-off happens. And then over here, we have the blue line and the blue line on the other side, the opposing team and attacking team. Now, one of the important things that the referee does, we talked about face-off. So, in professional hockey, they don't use a dog lead, but this is my face-off circle, and this is the puck they use. And one of his jobs is to drop the puck, and then the players swat at it, but they're in this ring. Now, this is a hard, rubberized puck. When they slap at it, it can go up to 80 miles an hour. Wow. Referees have to deal with the same thing as players do. I'll go ahead and pass that on. Canada, of course, as we know, is very hockey crazy. And there's hockey schools and schools for coaches of hockey. And in Canada, a 12-year-old can referee a hockey game.
Wow.
Now, if that doesn't scare a mother, I don't know what would, because it's pretty crazy when it gets moving around and very fast action. Now, the referees have to take care of many things. 2 of the main things they deal with are penalties and fights. It's an intense game. There's not a lot of timeouts and those kinds of things, so tempers sometimes flare. The players get heated up chasing a puck. Imagine this. 10 players on the ice, skating around, high speed, limited space, 2 goalies with pads and everything, 2 linesmen and 2 referees. That's a lot of people. A lot of crashes happen. Sometimes referees go over the boards, and worse. But it's a game that is very fast paced. Some of let's talk about the offsides. The call for offsides, if, as I mentioned, if one player goes across before the puck goes across, and it counts. If it's, you'll see them do this other times, that means it's good. or he'll say no, like no offsides. That's not offside. Just so the players know, they're busy, they're active, they're skating along around. Yeah, their heads are down, they're looking at the puck, they're trying to control their skates. A million things are going on all at the same time. And they have to keep trying to get this. The other thing that the referees have to deal with is penalties. There are many penalties in hockey. One of the main penalties is if a player takes his stick and hits another one in the legs and he trips him. Tripping. They'll call the tripping. If he takes his stick and smashes it across somebody's arm, that's slashing. And that will be. There's also hooking. If you take the stick and hook somebody's body and pull it away, that's hooking, and that's the call every. So the refs have a busy job, but the fighting just, But at that point, bloodthirsty fans start pounding on the glass, and you'll see them. There's pictures in the newspaper if you don't see it live. They get so animated with the team, and then the players are smashing each other as usual, and usually they drop, and at that point the referees come in. And the referees pull the bodies apart and skate them off to the penalty box for 2 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is, and say, you're off. But as the players are being skated off, they're cussing and swearing and spitting and doing all sorts of things. So that the referee has to deal with that. If it gets too bad or too intense, he can call misconduct, the 5-minute misconduct penalty on that particular player. They have a lot to do when they're out keeping track of this fast-paced game, and it's just nonstop action. But you know, this game would not be the game it is without the third team. The third team is out there, the linesmen and the referees, and they're trying to control the maneuver that happens in a hockey game while they're skating and keeping control and making the calls. I'm sure glad they're out there. I'm sure glad I'm not.